show me my build. So I'm gonna show y'all my Onmyo Ki Crusher. Took me a good little minute to make it. So this is the Odachi I use. You don't really gotta use this one. I just have it because the low attack. That's all I use in Odachi. I mean, it's primarily a Moonlit Snow spam weapon. I mean, if you want to use it for other shit, go ahead, be my guest. I use it for Moonlit Snow. As you can see, I got the increased attack from Moonlit Snow. I got Imbue Purity, attack bonus magic, active skill key damage. It's a Ki Crusher. You know what I'm saying? So Purity reduces how much ki they gain once, you know, it's depleted, and it negates their recovery. So of course you're going to want to have active skill. This, I don't really use it. I just have it for the Onmyo austerity. So you're going to go 7-piece Tsukuyomi for empowered magic. So I like my build because you only got to pop one thing to get all your perks. Pop one magic, you see that second piece perk right here, reduce defense as soon as they get hit with magic. So then we use Onmyo austerity because the 4-piece, as soon as they get hit with magic, it reduces their attack. And then we got empowered magic A, empowered magic B. It stacks. If you want to use something else, I don't know, a lot of people be using, I think it's like the Genmai or whatever. I use this. It stacks. And empowered magic, what it does, when I pop my magic, if I do enough damage, and I get that magic that we used right back. Now you can only do it for one. So if you use one, if you use, say I use the familiar talisman, and then I use like the guardian spirit talisman, it'll only give you the option to recover the last used magic. So if you're gonna pop everything, pop the most important one last, so that when you're attacking, that's the magic you're going to be getting back. Alright, so then ranged doesn't really matter. If you want more damage, you're gonna have to have damage bonus on your ranged weapon, because that also transfers over to your melee attacks. So damage bonus, equipment lightness, I think they have a couple other, but this is the only AA one I think they have. They might have one other AA one, but this is the one I go for. Trident, I use the Trident Bahara sword helmet because it gives you increased attack for purification. So when you clear a yokai puddle, you're gonna get the increased attack bonus. So with this, because it's a Ki Crusher, gotta aim for the active skill key damage. 9.9. I still gotta look for another one. If you get one that starts off at, I want to say 8.0, maybe it's not. I think it's 9%. It'll be 10%. So I got, as you can see, I got Moonlit Snow 10% because that's my main move. Moonlit Snow 10%, active skill key 10%, active skill key 9.8, so I could get a little bit better with the gloves. I settle for this because the attack plus 57. But Moonlit Snow 10%, Moonlit Snow 10%, active skill 10%, Moonlit Snow 10%, active skill key 10%. Now I went with veterans because with Moonlit Snow, you're stationary. You're standing in one spot when you're doing the attack. So damage taken mid-attack kind of helps you with survival. So if you're in the middle of attack, damage reduced taken while you are attacking. So Moonlit Snow kind of helps with a little bit of the survivability. This, I look for Sloth on Onmyo magic hit because I use familiar talismans. So with familiar talisman, I pop that. As soon as they get hit with magic, they get Sloth, and then because of this, they get reduced attack. And this one, they get reduced defense. Now with familiar talisman, because that ball keeps going around you, it literally keeps resetting the debuffs on that enemy. That's why it's so broken. Like, it constantly keeps the debuff on the enemy as long as you stay up on them with the familiar talisman going. But because this is a 6-piece bonus and this is a 5-piece bonus, you got room for an extra one. So the second, I'd say go for the accessory on the second grace, because you're most likely not going to get 2 of the same accessory with the perks that you want. So I'd say try to keep the weapons ranged and weapons ranged and armor all with the graces and sets that you want, and then the other accessory doesn't really matter. So I got ultimate magic, ultimate strength, ultimate courage. Counter yokai tactics, so that means that they take more damage and key damage dealt to yokai enemies. Like I said, this is a key crushing build. They run out of key, you do more damage. So that's why you want the melee damage versus 0 key as well. Melee damage versus 0 key. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you basically want to be aiming for with these builds. So I got that on the scroll. Active skill key damage, 11%. These don't really matter. This is kind of up to you what magic you want to use. Like I said, that's why I stick with the familiar talismans, because it constantly keeps resetting the debuffs on the enemy. Now, I do purity water, because water will make them take more damage. So, purity restricts the key. Water, they take more damage. So you're going to want to use Guya Ki, because melee damage versus saturated. Magatsu, I only use him for active skill damage. Let's see. And then I use Karaoke again for the active skill damage. So that's all I have for them. The secondary one, I use the turtle because it gives this bonus right here, Onmyo magic power, because also with these being empowered Onmyo magic, when you pop magic, you also get an attack buff because of it that scales on how strong your Onmyo magic power is. So that's why also on every piece of armor, except for this one apparently, on every piece of armor I have Onmyo magic power, Onmyo magic power, Onmyo magic power, because you get a little bit of a damage increase when you pop your magic as well. So I'll show you what my stats looking like. So attack 221, active skill damage 23%, right? That's not gonna look that great. But then when you scroll down, so I got melee damage versus saturated 31.6%. Like I said, it's a little bit of a water build. But then when you scroll down to the moonlit snow damage, I'll bring it to the top so it's easier to follow. I got 50% moonlit snow damage on for my active skill, plus the 23% right there. So it's at 73.1% active skill damage. Let's see. Those are the main ones you're looking for. And then my melee damage for 0 key, 40%. You want the purified accumulation on the enemy kind of decent. Purity is kind of the easiest one to apply, so it's not, you know, too hard to do that. So that's the build, and I'll show you it in action. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go do it to a Scroll of the Damned, Mizuki, Gozuki, double boss fight. So like I said, you don't really need to apply anything. If you want to do a little more damage, you could use the last Gambit pill and the ninjutsu, and you could use Soul Purge. That's up to you. I don't really go for that, but let's get it cracking. Ooh, grab me on that one. Best part also why I use familiar talisman is because it's an instant imbue with whatever one you're using. So there's like no comparison why I would. There's no reason why you should choose the water shots or the lightning shots, whatever shot you want to use. Because when you have this on, if you press triangle, you also shoot them at them. So it's the same as a lightning shot, water shot, whatever shot, but you also get 4 of them. So there's no reason to choose a shot. I got them just in case I ever need to use them, but you primarily want to focus on the familiar talismans with this build. So that's the build, and GG, gang.